So this is my SCX-24 Jeep Gladiator. I've done some modifications to it. It's just got aluminum wheels, brass links, high clearance links, new shocks, and a new servo with a metal steering links up front. And that's really, well, besides the new motor, I forgot about the new motor. It has the Endura 50-turn motor in there instead of the stock motor. And honestly, it doesn't do half bad. The problem is this course is really tight. It's designed for an axial deadbolt, which I do have one of those. Come on. There you go. But I didn't bring it with me. I brought the Gladiator. Mostly because the deadbolt that I have is dead. Quite literally. I don't think it's going to make it up this. I do have these wheel spacers up front, but I didn't put them on. They're made of brass, and I didn't put those on, sadly. Oh. Seen me come to this course before. There's been a bit more added to over there, which I will get to. But yeah, this course is really designed for the Gladiator and the Jeep and probably the Bronco as well, because it's a shorter wheelbase. I forgot to mention that I actually sold my SCX-24 Bronco a while back because I don't know, I just wasn't doing SCX-24 upgrades at the time, so I just didn't really... Okay, it's stuck. I just wasn't really modifying my SCX-24s or any of my RCs at that time, so I just didn't feel like trying to make that thing better. So I just sold it, and I kind of regret doing that because I really miss it. I do wonder if I started throwing upgrades at that, how good it would be here. I might get another one eventually, maybe the gray one. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm thinking either getting the Jeep or the Bronco next. The only thing I don't like about the Bronco is the front bumper. The front bumper on that is very ugly. There's so much negative space between the grille and the bumper, but we could take it off. It'll help with performance, like I did with here. I actually took the bumper off for the new servo because it didn't clear. This thing just, even though it's the longer wheelbase, it doesn't do half bad. I actually really like it with the windows cut out. Those wheels are vented, which hurt me a bit because they look so good. Cut the drill holes in them, but this lady better watch out because I'm coming through. I don't think it's going to make it through here. This is such a steep angle. It definitely needs those weights. Or maybe I'll get the Bronco eventually and put the weights on that and see if I could make a vehicle that counteracts the hard body. Make it so heavy that the hard body is just irrelevant at that point. I doubt it, but whoa, hey there. Mind the tree. I don't think it's gonna like this area here. It's just a sudden stop. I don't know any vehicle that can do this, let alone the Gladiator. I don't think it's gonna do it. Let's see. Oh. That's way better than last time I tried that. Now this is not going according to plan. So let's recap. The Gladiator didn't do half bad at the course. It's just a longer wheelbase, so, and that course is really designed for the deadbolt, so it can't really help it. It's capable, it's very capable, it's a very good truck. Immediately when I got home, as you can see, I took the brass hexes that I had out of the front end, and I put in those big heavy spacers. These are really, really heavy. Those add a lot of weight up front. I need to put something to limit the front end, because even though that's really good flex, like, it does really good flexing. Problem is, when it was going up that big hill, as you saw in the video, the front end kept going up like this, and then the body just wanted to tip. So that was a bummer. So I need to find a way to maybe wrap a rubber band around it or something. I know that trick. So yeah, the front is wider than the rear now. I even have those brass nuts because the stock nut won't fit once you put those spacers in. It just makes the front end just to add a little bit more weight. We have brass nuts. Like, it's not going to add that much of a difference, but yeah. So the front is now wider than the rear, which I think looks awesome. I really, really like that look. I'm not going to do those wheel weights on all four corners. That wouldn't make any sense. I did something that I didn't want to do, but in hindsight might have been better. I did take the overlanding shell off. I didn't want to because it's literally just hollow plastic, but everyone was telling me that's weighing the truck down, it's going to make the truck flip over. I took it off to see, okay, is it really causing that much of a problem? And no, not really. I think this whole cage is more heavy than that piece, but I like that look, so I'm going to keep it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll put that thing back on, but I think I'll keep it looking like this for a while, just to give it a different look. Good to change it up every now and again, I suppose. What else can I talk about with the Gladiator? One of the problems, I think I might have thought I was upgrading this thing, when in reality I might have made it worse. The clearance links, the high clearance links, are made of brass, and the reality is I probably should have just did the front and left the plastic ones in the back, because the brass ones in the back, those are big, and that's a lot of weight. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I made the truck worse by doing that, by making the back heavier. I don't know if the back feels heavier or not. Definitely not now. With those front wheel weights, this thing just, with the front tires look at the front tires, like they're almost like sagging under the weight. It kind of reminds me of my Power Wagon. Like, it's pretty heavy. I do have brass steering knuckles, but I only have 2. I had 4 of these spacers. I got those in a trade, but I'm not going to put them on this build. At least I don't think so. I might have to order another pair. I want to use those for another one, for another build, but I don't know. The Gladiator is just one of those trucks that just keeps evolving. It's not a build that I really intended to go all out on, and in fact I didn't even want to build this thing up, because if you remember, I wanted to do the Ford body swap originally, and that was it, but that turned into, well, the Gladiator body looks good, so let me just use that. The Ford body doesn't fit on this. So, yeah, I really like the Gladiator. It's different. No one else at my club, at least there's one person that runs the Gladiator. But, yeah, there's like one other person and me that runs this truck at that course, so yeah, everyone else runs the Deadbolt and the C10, so I just thought it would be a little bit different. The C10 is coming back eventually. That's what's actually getting the Ford body put on it now, because it actually fits. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, showing a little bit of running time on this thing. I do want to make another video, because I actually got a pretty interesting question on Facebook a few months ago. Someone had asked me, is it because you started playing SnowRunner Is this why you're addicted to RC cars now? And that was a pretty interesting question. I kind of want to address it in a video, in a separate video on its own, where I talk about what started my addiction to these mini crawlers. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I definitely recommend picking up a Gladiator, because it's something different. It's pretty fun. It's a longer wheelbase, so you have to keep that in mind. But it's a fun little truck. It's very easy to upgrade these, and it's really, really fun. Not that expensive. Of course, you can make it really expensive. We all know Cape Crawlers. My man Adam from Cape Crawlers spent like $2,000 on his. This is probably not even $100 into upgrades here. I think the most expensive thing were the wheels and the wheel weights, and really that was it. I got a discount on the truck because I can't speak. The guy at the hobby shop is he's a friend, and he asked me to weather his truck for him, and he gave me a bit of a discount on this because of that, and because I did do that. So yeah, which was really, really nice of him. So yeah, this was a very low buck build, and that was kind of the point. And yeah, the new shocks work great. I forgot to mention that this thing has new shocks, because last time I took it to the RC course, it was with a family friend, and the shocks that I had in there were I think they were Power Hobby internal spring shocks, which were okay. They were very stiff, but they come apart very easily, and that's what just kept happening to this thing. When it was going over the bumps constantly at the track, the shocks came undone. I lost the spring, had to put one of the heavy duty springs in there, which I didn't want to do, and I just got sick of them. And these are just so much more better. So yeah, I like to do the old school height setup thing. I don't like to do the droop down look to it, where you get lots of flex. But yeah, I'm kind of old school in that regard, I guess. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time.